How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Oh, I'm so glad to be listening to the show. I tell you, I cut off the Oscars because this is where I need to be
This is
right
the
about
Oscars.
now. Storm, I just want you to know that
Fantastic.
your mother, as a teenager, worked at Hopkins Theater. And I also have another concern. My concern is at Miss Redding's home on 11th Street.
Yes.
There just never seemed to be any kind of activities going on. It seemed like it's almost like a Black History suppression. So if that is there to give us pride in our history and what all that she did, I just don't understand why every time I go by there it seems to be a ghost town. I also have another question. When MBNA was being built, and I don't know how true this is, but when they were breaking ground, I was told, don't know, but that there was a Black cemetery or resting place when MBNA was breaking ground.
Yes, it was.
Is that true or not? And
Yeah, it
again,
definitely
I'm
was.
so
It was
enjoying
under
the
the
show.
church
Thank you.
grounds there.
Okay,
wasn't it?
yes. What was it?
It was under the church grounds, wasn't it?
Okay, yeah.
And some part of that they were getting ready to build all that complex.
1213 Warner Street was the site of public school number 5, which I attended during part of my elementary years.
Yeah, turn your TV down. Hold on for 1 second. He's talking. Go ahead.
All right.
Around the corner at 1206 French Street, that was the front of the UME Church, the UME Church, the mother church, which is now at Fifth and Church.
Fifth Church.
It had moved because the MBNA came in and so forth. What happened was when I was in school at number 5 school, elementary school, I would see these large grasshoppers in the cemetery, which was right behind the church. And so what happened was once they decided that they were going to have the renewal and bring in MBNA, the church had to move, so they were paid money and so forth.
Let me what we got to do, because we got a lot of people
Okay,
calling,
all right,
and what we're going to do is try to keep it moving,
Okay.
because there's a lot of good information,
Yeah.
and this could be a 2-hour show.
powerful,
And you know, I wanted to talk about the ministers. You know, I mean, like Reverend Moyer, Reverend Herring, those guys played major
Yeah.
roles. Is there some ministers that I don't know about that you guys could think of?
One that used to be very active, matter of fact, he was chairman board of People's Settlement. He had a church on 5th and Walnut Street that was torn down. Reverend Manley. William Manley. Very powerful.
Wow.
Very
William
powerful.
Manley.
Shiloh Baptist. It was Shiloh Baptist, the Shiloh that's over now on 22nd and Washington.
And you know, and if you look at it, to be
Very
perfectly
powerful.
honest, even if we move up, we talk about
Felton, what's his
Motley?
name? Bishop Felton.
Felton May. Felton Edwin May.
Felton May was a very strong, powerful preacher.
Yeah.
Felton May.
And see,
He's the
Peter
bishop
Spence.
now.
how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Norman, how you doing?
How you doing?
Ask the gentleman today, we know the name Irma Lawson.
Irma Lawson.
Ringing a bell, but it's
The name is
Irma Lawson was my grandmother. She used to have the Lawson House at Front and Poplar. She used to, at her hotel, she used to have a lot of musicians stay there. She owned a couple hotels and restaurants. I have a book, a signing book for the hotel. Lionel Hampton,
Wow.
Count Basie. I have a picture signed to her by Billy Eckstein. She also was involved with the formation of the Democratic Party, blacks getting involved in the
I'm sorry. Who's this?
This is John Armstrong, Norman.
Hey, John, how you doing? Wow, man.
How buddy?
Ain't this beautiful? That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
Mr. Armstrong.
Hey, how you doing?
Just fine. Do you remember right down across from the train station?
Yes.
Where my dad had that bar, Holloway's Bar and Grill.
I remember that very well.
Remember that? And you remember, we talking about folks that really could get it on with these bands and things. You remember Queen Belle?
Yes, I do.
Queen Belle had a band and all, man, she would pack them in.
But see, this is the kind of stuff we want to hear about. Hey, thank you so very much for the call, man.
All right, take care.
Ain't that beautiful? I mean, that's why.
Stuff
I mean,
you
this is
forget
going to
about,
be a
man.
history
You
lesson
forget
tonight.
about it.
How you
That's
doing?
right.
Welcome to the show.
How you doing? Thanks, Norm. Just two things. Before the Hopkins Theater, there was the National Theater. You remember that, Herm? And
yes.
The old
I
National
never
Theater.
went to the National,
and-
but I do remember the National.
And
Right.
while we're on the subject, there were even other theaters before. In fact, Mr. Hopkins, he actually had a place called at 1003 Orange Street. It was called the Hopkins motion picture company.
Right.
And it was on the first floor of the house, and then they moved it up to the second floor.
Ain't that deep?
Right.
Then also over Southbridge there was a movie. It was located at
Talking about the drive-in? Not talking about the
no,
drive-in
no,
theater.
regular theater. It was
Southbridge?
Yeah, it was with that Apple and Hill Street. Apple and Hill Street. It was around 1914, around that
Oh,
time.
man, you all,
Yeah.
you know, way
And
back,
one-
brother.
Go ahead.
And
I was gonna say one last thing. One last thing. At the Y, Herman was talking about the Y. That was a great place for everybody to socialize. But years ago, it used to be men would live upstairs.
Yes.
And
Yes,
one of the men
yes.
was named Mr. Frisbee, Mr. Grisby.
Mr. Grisby,
Remember
yeah.
him?
Right,
And he was a mentor to me. I lived on Bennett Street, and Mr. Grizzly would call us in, and he would go with we maybe sit in the cafeteria, then we go over to the lounge, as Herman was talking about before, and sit in the
Right,
lounge. He would just
right.
talk for hours, talking about how we should grow up as men. Those guys were great guys back then. Mr. Grizzly,
and he
I don't
played chess
know if y'all remember.
too.
Thank you. We need these kind of
Great
calls.
chess.
I tell you, man, I hope somebody's taping this, man. You know, 'cause we probably could be in here for a little hours. Mouse would come in and talk about
Here come
NAACP.
Here come
You
Mouse.
sit
When
down,
you
man.
take
You
him
come on and
back,
get
you
something,
take
man.
this
Everybody,
back.
man, we talking about history, man. Hey, look, Mouse just break into here, man. He's like, man, this history lesson is getting too good, man. Hey, Mouse, is it getting too good, man?
Get in on this one.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Yes, Norman. You were asking about the ministers. Well, Kenya knows me before I became a minister, and all I have to say is number 99.
Oh yes, that's Reverend Etta Robertson. She was the tallest player on the Howard Girls varsity team, which was an excellent team. Excellent team.
You know Reverend Robinson? I didn't know that.
She wore number 99. She wore number
I didn't
99.
know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that
she was
either.
excellent.
I never knew that.
She was the only female in her family.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
How
she
you
had
doing?
better-
Welcome to the show. Hello? Going once, going twice, we gone. See, all these, look, man. How you doing? Welcome to the show. How you doing? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, we're here. Go ahead.
Norman,
Uh-huh.
how you doing today?
I'm doing great. You have a question?
Yes, I have want to ask about the YMCA. And they was talking about shoe repair. They used to have a shoe repair store right across from the street from the YMCA.
Councilman Thomas, Harry Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
City councilman, right.
Oh, okay.
Wow, thank you.
He used to be an 800 block of Warner, then he moved up to.
And so he had
corner of
so we had a shoe shine guy and all that?
He
Yeah.
had no, not shoe shine. He had a shoe shop, repaired shoes.
Yeah, repaired shoes.
And right across the street was another city councilman. What was his name? Wallace?
It was Hopkins too, up the street.
Wallace. Yeah, Hopkins, but it was.
Oh yeah, I don't know where
Wallace.
Wallace lived, but I remember a tall guy.
Hey,
He was a tall
thank you
guy.
for joining us.
died.
We got Richard Smith. We call him Mouse. He just joined us. I mean, the
They
show
got
started
good
getting
to
so
him.
good to him. He
Phil
drove.
Glover coming
He
in
drove
here.
down here from Jersey, man. But you know, I really hope folks are
Oh, this
taping
is
this.
powerful
You know why?
stuff, though,
Because
man.
this is a
Powerful
2-hour show. I mean, yeah, forget the
powerful.
Oscars on this. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, we here.
Yes, no one's mentioning anything about Mr. Naylor.
Oh.
Yeah, I mentioned him earlier. I mentioned him earlier with
But-
Sammy Congo, but we haven't mentioned him here.
I had a very intimate relationship with Mr. Naylor because I was a student manager for football, baseball, and basketball.
He was at Howard, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. And in fact, he graduated from Howard in class 1920 and went to Lincoln University. And then he finished at Lincoln University and came back and taught in Newcastle. Then he went to West Philly. And what Mr. Johnson did when he came to Howard, he served as a principal for 35 years from 1924 to 1959.
Did that answer?
Also, yes, also, too, nobody also mentioned my dad went to Sally's, James Thomas, back in the early days.
Yeah,
Jim
and that's
Thomas
why
is a
you
good
know,
guy,
and that's why we
good
need
guy.
guys like you to call.
That's
I mean,
right.
because
Well,
everybody, I mean, we need everybody
He
who
was
can
one of
chime
the
in.
first blacks to go there.
Yeah, there were 7 of them that it was integrated. Louisiana integrated in November
Hey,
1950.
thanks for your call.
We lost some
Johnny
football players
Johnson.
and some musicians.
God, wow.
It's powerful.
I mean,
stuff,
you know,
man.
I'm getting
That is
almost
powerful
like
stuff.
tongue-tied, man. I mean,
But
this
the
is
other thing with Charles Neller was he ran Cruci swimming pool.
Yeah.
Cruci swimming
For
pool.
years.
Yeah, I forgot all about
he
the
was
pool.
one-
Yeah, right across
him
street
and his
from,
sons,
yeah.
His two sons was some
Ran
of
the
the
pool
best
for
swimmers
years.
in team
And
in town.
you know, even when we
And
move
Gator Lewis.
Gator Lewis, yeah, Gator
Powerful.
Lewis, wow.
Powerful,
You know,
yeah.
even when we move up to now, right? And I talk about Jim Sills a lot. I mean, you know, the first African American male, mayor. Was he the first guy, president of People's Settlement? First
Well, he
in the
also ran-
Executive director.
He also,
Yeah, executive
right,
director.
he also ran for president of city council.
Right,
during
lost
the
to Frank
riots.
Berry.
Yeah,
He lost
during
to
the
Frank
riots.
I knew you would know that.
Right.
Why would I
And
not
then
know
he
you know
went
that?
state representative.
Yeah, right.
And then mayor.
Yeah.
I
State
mean, you know, and
representative.
even Jim Baker, you know, first
Yeah.
black president. I mean, we got to
man.
honor people like that.
Yeah.
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm calling to give a little bit of my family history.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and his name was Edward Wiggins. He was the first black male carrier.
All right.
And what was his name?
Edward Wiggins.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Okay. And then I had an aunt, which was the only truant officer which you should have today. Her name was Helen Wiggins.
Wiggins.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
she
she an
was.
educator?
Truant
She was
officer.
a truant officer.
But Kenyon asked you, was she an educator also?
Yes, she was.
Yeah, I know.
So he
that.
know it. Okay. Hey, thank you for that history. That's good
I
stuff.
remember they
No,
call her
one-
name and you
one
start
thing
shivering.
was-
They say she coming to your house.
One thing that a lot of people don't remember is Taggart Jones.
Yeah, Taggart Jones. Yeah, Maynard Jones' brother.
I didn't know him. Who was
Yeah,
it?
Taggart Jones.
He became athletic director for Chain State College.
Wow.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
he,
Yeah, Maynard's
was-
brother.
he's
yeah.
also in the Morgan State Hall of Fame football because he kicked so many extra points and field goals.
Wow.
Then you had the
And
Hayman.
Maynard was heavyweight champion
Of the Navy.
fighter in the Navy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
they said he could box.
Yeah.
Then you had the Hayman brothers, which were the first black plumbers from
I
Hampton
never knew that.
University. Andrew and Lois Hayman.
Wow.
Yeah, one.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope I don't know if I gave Auburn $10 to tape this.
I hope he's done
but I
it.
hope somebody's doing something. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Hello.
Norman tell Mr. Cameron and Herman, I said, hi, how they doing?
Okay. Well,
Hey,
you,
Junebug, how you doing,
yeah, you
buddy?
just said it, man. I heard you. How you doing, too, man? How you doing, Junebug? How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Stormy Norman.
Hey.
Look here, I just wanted to mention a couple people from the West Side.
Okay.
All right, all right.
even
Helen Chambers?
State Representative Charles Chesney Miller.
Yes.
And
I'll be
State
with him tomorrow morning.
Representative Charlie Butcher, Calvin Brown's brother.
Yes.
I didn't know
And
that.
then on the
Brown.
east side, you had the first male that I'm aware of who had his own beauty salon on the east side, Kinslow's Beauty Box.
Who was
and
it?
We recognized him back in
Do
September.
you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
What was his name? What was his name, Dwight?
His name is Joe Kinslow. Herman Holloway. Norman, you should know him.
I
He
remember.
married Millie.
Hey.
Yeah, Miss Kinslow, yeah.
Hey,
Mr.
Dwight.
Kinslow, Mr. Kinslow had the first
I didn't know that.
beauty salon down on the east side after World War II.
Whoa.
Hey, Dwight.
We recognized him. The American Beauty Academy recognized him back in September of last year.
Ain't that good?
I remember. Hey, Dwight.
Yes, sir.
I remember Country and Gibby down there doing them processes down on 9th Street when the process
and
was.
Jim Danny.
And Jim Dandy. That's right.
But that was a little bit before my time.
Hey, man, thanks for the call. I tell you, we're getting some good stuff,
And let's
man.
talk about some black entrepreneurs, as you mentioned earlier. Let's talk about Smitty's down on 2nd and Poplar.
Yeah.
Smitty had a restaurant there that went into the wee hours of the morning on Friday and Saturday nights and whatnot.
What about Chicken
And
George?
I mean chicken, fried chicken, fish, all that. Him and his wife made big money.
No stuff.
Down on 3rd and right off of 4th and Pine. What's his name? Shelly Mack. Shelly Mack.
And you
Give
know-
you a half chicken sandwich, blow your mind.
But he also had a
And you know,
place on
right over South Bridge, we talking about Mr. W. You know, didn't he do the oil Vinny Wright's pop?
Right,
The
yes,
Wright's
W,
oil.
right.
He had Miss Vinny's mom, Busy Bees, and
Mr.
yes,
Wright
Snows, all those.
and John Marshall and
That's
Milton
right.
Marshall and all them guys. These guys got together and all of them bought them big tandem dump trucks.
Wow.
And they did contracting for the port for material transit down
Never
there.
knew
Those
that.
guys, Mr. Roy, remember Roy had a lot of them big trucks. And these things back in the day, man, them trucks was running $80,000, $100,000.
Yeah, they had a Marshall
These cats was getting paid, man.
trucking company.
Vinny's pop had 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, when W was out there doing his thing and Mr. Roy Wright, oh man, them cats was making some money, man.
Yeah.
How you doing? Help us out. Welcome to the show.
Yep.
Yeah, I was calling to talk about a black business they forgot was next door to the Walnut Street Y.
The Blue Goose? Talk about Gus with the Blue Goose with the sub steak?
Had a car shop in our house right next door to the driveway, Walnut Street Y.
That's Mr. Wilson's mother, was it?
No, Slew Jackson's
mother. Yeah.
Yeah, Slew Jackson's mother.
Wow.
But Slew Jackson was one of the best senior coaches.
No, we listen. Go ahead.
I said I was calling to talk about the car shop that was next door to the Walnut Street Y. Right there, Miss Jenny Ambrose had it in the front of her house on the other side of the driveway to Walnut Street Y.
The car shop?
A card. She sold cards.
Yeah, she showed cards.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Kenyon knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the call.
But you also want to talk about the black cleaners. There was a lot of black cleaners around this town.
Yeah,
on Taylor Pond and 13th and Wilson and one.
And Norman, back during those days.
Yeah, Norman.
Hold on for 1 second, okay?
Back during those days, one of the strongest employment opportunities was down at Fifth and Church, where Reverend Evangelist or Pastor, what you call them, churches now? Robinson's churches now was the L.I. Kid factory. Out where McDonald's is. Used to be in back of Mary C.I. Williams School. Used to be a school back there. Was an L.I. Kid factory back there. Right down in back of the Walnut Street Y, that whole parking lot was L.I. Kid. What did they do? They brought live cows in. They killed those cows and skinned them and took the hides. And they ran shifts almost 3 round the clock.
You know what?
And a lot of folks fed their families.
And I'm going to try to get as many Polish folks in.
A lot of Polish folks.
If anyone is watching this show and not learning anything, you must be on a different planet. Because I'm getting so much this evening, and I just want to tell you before we...
You guys going way back.
I just want to appreciate so much. How you doing? Welcome to the show. I'm sorry for holding you up.
That's okay, Norm.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Norm, for Kenyon and for Harmon Holloway Jr. edification, who owned the National Theater?
Okay, initially,
I don't know.
Initially, the National Theater was purchased by Dr. Samuel G. Albert Sr. There was a bankruptcy several years later, and then Hopkins bought it once and maintained it.
Is that right?
Dr. Milburn,
Dr.
9th
Milburn?
Street Pharmacy.
Oh, we forgot about Dr. Milburn.
Dr. Milburn, 9th Street Pharmacy owner.
Right.
And he also built the Hopkins.
Okay, I'll check my sources.
Check it out.
I'll check my sources.
No, but I appreciate that.
But
one more thing, right fast. Kenyon's a little wrong on his addresses.
What's that? What's that?
St. Michael's. You said 709.
Yeah, what was it?
It can't be 709. That's on either side.
Well, what was it? 710?
It could have been 710, yes, but not 709.
Okay, thank you for that.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
All right now. I'm coming here and don't have your thing together.
Let me show you. Let me show you. My church was Easy Church at 846 French Street.
Okay,
Mother Church was 819 French. That's on the same side that the St. Michael's was.
We'll deal with the address later on.
It's correct. I know that.
Look, now this is
Crossfire. There you go.
Look, it's Black History Month. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hi, Herman. How are you?
Just fine, my dear, and you?
That's good. This is Miss Emma Farrell. You know, my son,
Hey,
Clyde Farrell.
yes,
And anyhow, telling about my grandfather. He was one of the first black at the old City Hall at 6th of the King back in the 1900s. He was a turnkey. You know what a turnkey is?
Okay.
But I went up to the public building and City Hall several years ago, and they gave me a telephone number to call and see whether I could get information on him. Yeah, right there. It was in 1900s.
Hey, thank you for the call.
All right, thank you.
Who was the black bailiff that was there for years? When Lenny Williams was judge. What's his name? He was a good guy.
Hey, Norm.
Hey, how you doing?
Charles. Hey, Norm, this is Julius.
Hey, Jim.
My uncle, Willard Cephas, he won the AAU gymnastic champ in 1959. In 1960, he won. He was an alternate for the Olympics off the diving board. Named Willard Cephas.
And then he turned around and gave the first black circus at the YMCA.
Okay. Do you remember that, Julius?
Was that before Julius' time or what?
Yeah, I turned the TV. I can't. But the name was.
No, Mouse was saying he put the first black circus at the Y too.
Well, here's what I the Warner Street Y had a circus every year, and what they did, they would bring a group of acrobats from, I guess it was either D.C. or Baltimore.
Up in the gym?
Yeah, and they called it flying something.
Yeah, in fact, the bottom line is there's so much history in this city and in this state when it comes to African American that it take a lifetime. Let me get two calls, then I'm going to let you guys.
But the truth is the Cephas brothers was the best on the trampoline, on the ropes and everything, because I was there.
In 1904, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
I knew he was much older than I, but I didn't know back.
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
This was in the 60s.
Charles Smith Jr.
Hey, Charles, how you doing?
CBA Cleaners, giving a commercial. CBA Cleaners still in business, been in business for 40 years.
All right.
And look, and hold on for a second. I take my clothes at CBA Cleaners. That's right.
I didn't say just you. We talk to your listeners.
No, and that's what I'm going to do if you let me do it. on Hill and A Street, I mean, they do an excellent job. And and I want you guys to come on and promote your cleaners, by the way.
All right.
Yeah, 40 years.
How you doing? We're going to take one more call, and I'm just going to talk to these guys and end it up. How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Okay, how you doing? My name is Willie Norwood. I'm calling at the man, remember Chicken Shack on 2nd and Tatna.
Yep.
What you call Chicken Shack?
Chicken Shack.
I didn't know that. Chicken Shack, boom, Norwood.
It was in the middle of the block.
It was called Chicken Shack.
It was
called Chicken Shack on 2nd and Tatna. On 2nd and West and Tatna.
Jesus. What did they sell?
Chicken, they had jukebox, we used to dance in the back.
Man, bring some of this stuff back, man. And look, we wouldn't have so much crime if we brought some of this stuff back, man.
Well, that's
Chicken Shack, man. That make me hungry. Just listen to it.
Always somewhere to go back in the day.
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
Norman, we had
one last one. Judge Sidney Clark. Don't forget him.
Judge Sidney Clark. That's right. That's right. That's right.
When you get to the judges and the lawyers, thank you.
But then we had Just Jazz. Remember
Hello?
That?
Yeah, I remember the pool hall that used to be on 11th and 1.
Brinks.
Was it called?
Come back, Brinks.
I don't know. We just speed.
Georgia boy had a pool room.
Real quickly.
Yeah, but Paris had the pool room.
Paris left him.
Go ahead. Come on.
Yeah, this is Howard Allen. You cut me off.
Hey, Howard.
Because we went out time.
My father, Coleman Allen, played saxophone.
Saxophone,
Hey, look, before you even said it, they start hollering.
Saxophone with Queen Bell.
Okay,
right, with Queen Bell. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Real quickly, come on. We went out
Senator
time.
made a lot of money.
Come on, talk to me.
Hey, you were trying to remember the bailiff's name in the municipal court was George Walker.
Right, Mr. Walker. That's who it was. Great guy.
He lived on Satin
Great
Street.
guy.
How you doing? Welcome to the show.
13th Avenue.
Don't forget Duchess Childbar down on 5th and Poplar.
Okay. We won't forget. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Come on, you got to talk fast.
Hi, okay, how are you? Kevin. I said Kenyon. Kevin.
Go ahead.
Kenyon.
Okay, and Richard. And brother. Listen, this is Joanne.
Joanne,
I was in the kindergarten with Kenyon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Richard, you are my half brother. Remember that?
Okay, thank you. Now that's history right there.
There you go.
So at that birth, y'all got lost. How you doing? Real quickly. We got like a minute.
Okay. Norm, there was a black policeman. His name was Stoney.
Stoney Davis.
He was on the east side.
Freddie Davis. Stoney Davis.
They call him Stoney the
And look, they all know him. Stoney Davis. Whoever Stoney is, give him a shout out. How you doing?
That was Miss Davis' husband.
All right.
Next door to me. That's right.
if they remember when Edward R. Bell had a taxi service before he was an undertaker.
Yes, and they also had bicycles. They rented bicycles
during
the war.
He's an entrepreneur. Thank you.
But he also paid for the memberships up to YMCA.
How you doing? Real quickly, let's go. Hello?
Hey there.
Yeah, real quick. We got like 10 seconds.
Okay. Do you know when Sally's used to be?
Sally's
down in high school.
With who?
With who? I'm sorry. Did you hear him?
Yeah, Sally's was at 8th and West.
Thank you.
But also the police station was on 13th and West.
Thank you, man. Hey, look.
This was fantastic.
Look, I'm sorry that we only. This could have been a 2-hour show. Richard, thank you for riding down on your bicycle. I'm glad you.
I got an announcement to make.
Well, go ahead. Hurry up.
Okay, my national president from the NAACP. My national president from the NAACP is going to be in town next month.
Okay, thank you.
Ben Jealous. He's coming
good.
to town.
What day is that?
We got to set the dates.
Kenyon Herm, I got to get you guys back.
I think he's a fat brother.
Okay, I got to get you guys back. I mean,
This was
okay.
fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you, hey, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. Young lady who I met from Baltimore, you said you loved the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Dr. McClendon, again, happy birthday to you. And also, don't forget Millie Cannon. They having the fundraiser and all that kind of stuff for her next Saturday for food. Monday. And Mr. Gilliam Sr., thank you so very much for all your knowledge. I went out there and talked to you, man, and I appreciate it. I wish we had another 2 hours. Look, the phones are ringing. I can't even get them on. The people who hold, you got to talk to these people off the air. You won't get no airtime, but you can still talk to them. All right, I'm out of here like Vladimir.
I don't expect them to write Black History right. I don't expect them to get it right. I'm not asking them to get it right. I'm trying to do what I can do to clean up ignorance and to clean up my own ignorance. I mean, this is what I'm doing really isn't about you, it's about me. I can't live in ignorance either.
That's a lot. Wonderful.
I cannot live in ignorance either. I can't serve a white Jesus and not know why.
Right. Okay. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Okay.
We go.
Richard Allen was a slave.
Okay.
A Methodist.
Okay.
Read and write, preacher. Bought his way out of slavery. I didn't say they freed him. I didn't say his master got enlightened. His master said, you give me a couple $100 and I'll let you go.